Since the last little bit, I have gone on and added the trim, the baseboards, the wall, separate one here, the window panes. I love the way that looks. It's really giving me the vibe that I was hoping for. I'm thinking the curtains will have a long piece at the end, on either end here, and then right here, right down here to cover this. And then the, I forget what that part is called. You know, they have like a shorter curtain that goes just across the top. I used to know what it was called. It's like on the tip of my tongue, but of course I can't remember now. So anyway, that's hopefully, you know, I can find the right fabric to give it that, you know, look there. It's pretty, I like how simple it is as of right now, but there's still a lot more that I need to do to it to give it that, you know, mansion look. I also went ahead and painted this bottom to match, and I wallpapered it with two different papers that are the same print but not the same color, and you can see how the paper looks aged already, and that's just how the paper came, so it kind of fits perfectly. I'm struggling a bit with whether or not to add this wooden piece here, like so, but of course it would have to be painted, and I'm not sure if I should do it white or if I should make it match the bottom. So I'm kind of struggling with what to do there. I have to think on that. I keep going back and forth. I think you saw that I already painted this, which that's going to be aged as well. I haven't painted the front yet, but I need to because I have to add the wood framing around the windows, and then the part here, which will be like one of these type dealios with some shingles on it, so that it gives it that old school vibe, which I'm really excited about. And I also spent part of yesterday doing that. If you guys watched my Blythe video, you know how long that takes, but it's done. So now all that's left is to paint, and then of course I left some really big openings here because that's where I'm going to put the moss growing up the side of the house, so that she's got, you know, that, because she mentioned repeatedly how much she liked the moss coming through the rocks, and of course I had to, you know, do partly that so that she has that for her girls. So all in all, it's still, like I said, a lot of work, but it is coming along nicely. I still have to hardwood the floor, and I have to make sure that it can still slide under here and under here, so I might not be able to hardwood all of it in order to leave that little bit open, but that should be fine. And I'm really looking forward to like the actual decorating of the walls, you know, whether it be candle holders or, you know, bookshelves or like portraits. I'm still kind of like thinking about what it is that I want to put on the walls, but it's all coming along. And of course I have to build a fireplace there. So yay for more work, but I'm excited about it. So hang in there, guys. Hi guys, look, I finally painted it and put up the window frame-ish thing, and the this, which I still I still don't know what it's called, but it's shingled and it's painted and it looks cool. And I really love that color on the brick slash stones, because they look like stones but they look like bricks, so I'm not really sure what to call them. But that looks really good. I still have to, you know, fill in the grout and age them like I did on the inside. But I might use like a different color scheme as opposed to the one on the inside, leaning more towards a brown scale, mixed in with this otter tail. So that looks really good. I did this all day yesterday. I'm really, really happy with the way that turned out. I went ahead and added that piece and I painted it to match, but I will be doing more to it to give it I don't know what to call it really, but I definitely don't want it looking that solid, because it looks like it was a brand new piece just put in there, which in reality the house is supposed to be old. I also kind of aged the paper, kind of painted it to look like it's been, you know, on there for way too long. I've got a piece of trim that will go across here, and then I have another one that'll go across the bottom as a baseboard to match. But I have to build the fireplace before I put the trim, because the trim will only be like here and here, you know, so that the fireplace will take up most of the space there. I'm kind of kicking myself because I should have put this part, I should have glued this part in before I made these stones, and I think it would have looked better, but I can't really, you know, take it apart now. That would just be, that would be bad. But, yeah, so it's really, really exciting. I found some fabric from an old dressy top that I no longer wear, that has that, it's got that droop that I love. It's actually right here. So you see how like the fabric just kind of looks like fancy curtains. So I'm going to use the majority of this shirt top that I used to wear, as my curtains, because believe it or not, I try to upcycle a lot of my clothes that I don't wear anymore, for that reason, because like the prints are really pretty, or, you know, the fabric is really nice quality and I don't want it to go to waste. I don't want to just give it away. So if I know that I can make something with it for a doll diorama or for my dolls as in actual clothing, then I try to upcycle my own clothing for that purpose. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for this section. I'll get back to it and I'll see you guys in a little bit. Hi guys, I know it's been a minute since I've uploaded, or I should say, yeah, uploaded a video on this custom diorama that I'm making for at Pampered Babies Nursery, but it's because the painting takes so long. As you can see, I've painted the stones on the back, and this still isn't even all of it, because I have to age the rocks with white, which is basically I take a really stiff old brush that has actually been cut, like the, you know, so that it's like a short spiky brush now instead of like a nice, you know, but of course it's old, so that I'm okay with cutting it. And I just do this with white paint on the end, and it looks really good when it's done. Plus, I will be adding, like that's part of the reason why I didn't finish, like I didn't do such a great job of filling in all the cracks, because this is going to have a lot of moss, you know, growing up here through the stones. So that's going to take a hot minute. I went ahead as well and painted the edge, the spine here, but of course I left those parts blank because, again, those will be filled with moss. And then I started with the grout on this side, which took forever. You can see I've started aging the rocks, but this method is different than what I just said. I use a makeup brush, and I like pull chunks out of it so that it's textured, and then I mix the white and the brown paint, and then I just, do this all over. I'm also aging the windowsill because, of course, it's supposed to look old, and it's, like the paint on the wood has faded over time. It's not great yet. Like, I still have to do more to that, but so far so good. You probably wonder, why didn't I just paint the background this brown first and then put the stones on top? Well, in my experience, I've tried that before, where I painted a whole piece of cardboard white so that the grout was already white, and then I did like the hot glue bricks on top of that, and believe it or not, they started peeling off, which is kind of weird. So what I thought was maybe the chemicals in the acrylic paint and whatever products or chemicals they use in the silicone, which goes into the hot glue gun, they don't mix. So I always do the hot glue brick on the cardboard because the cardboard and the hot glue are like besties. They always bond really well together. And then, of course, that means I have to painstakingly paint all the details by hand like so. But it is, a labor of love for me making dioramas. I enjoy it. I love it. And so that is what I've been working on. I have like a surprise that has nothing to do with this commission, but I finally have my mojo back. As far as making dioramas, like all these ideas are like bursting out of my brain, and so I have to get them out. So while I've been working on this one, I've also been working on 2 new rooms that they go together, but I made them separately so that, like, if somebody only wanted one instead of both, they can do that. And so I'm really excited to show those to you guys. Hopefully I'll have a new doll to show in the video with those rooms, a new girl doll, because they're girly rooms. Sorry, Oscar. Look at him. He's like totally not even caring right now. So anyway, that is that. I will keep at it with this diorama, and I will talk to you guys in a little bit.